Namaskar. I am Arjun Amithrajyothi and you are watching my book blogging channel. Today we are talking about a book called The English Patient, written by Michaelondaatje. Let's start with a quote, shall we? We die containing a richness of lovers and tribes, tastes we have swallowed, bodies we have plunged into and swum up as if rivers of wisdom, characters we have climbed into as if trees, fears we have hidden in as if caves. I wish for all this to be marked on my body when I am dead. I believe in such cartography to be marked by nature, not just to label ourselves on a map like the names of rich men and women on buildings. We are communal histories, communal books. We are not bound or monogamous in our taste or experience. All I desired was to walk upon such an earth that had no maps. That's what The English Patient is all about, I have to say. A man who is thrown into a war that he never asked for. Aren't we all sometimes? Divisiveness is rife now more than ever actually. Politics and religion have intermingled and have produced this beast that mutates endlessly and keeps on hurting humanity. We are the victims of our own victories in a way. Nationalism goes hand in hand with religion, and excess of them takes every one of us for a spin, and we are spinning out of control right now. This is a story about World War II to begin with, but it becomes a story about love, as all good stories are always bound to be. Not just the physical love, there is physical love here, just listen to it. She once sucked blood from a cut on my hand as I had tasted and swallowed her menstrual blood. There are some European words you can never translate properly into another language. Felhomaly, the dusk of graves, with the connotation of intimacy there between the dead and the living. That's what the kind of love this book is talking about. Wrong and good at the same time, perfidy and rapture at the same time. The English Patient is prose poetry that will touch you in places that you never thought that can be touched. It is meticulous, heartfelt and very, very detailed. A love story is not about those who lose their heart, but about those who find that sullen inhabitant who, when it is stumbled upon, means the body can fool no one, can fool nothing, not the wisdom of sleep or the habit of social graces. It is a consuming of oneself and the past. You think about us, we all have started from Africa, and now we just compartmentalize ourselves into such caste, such creed, such color, such nationality. Michaelondaatje talks about the futility of all of that, especially nationalism. Nationalism is akin to religion sometimes, and if it, you can ask a question, is it something bad? It is not bad. The point about nationalism is a heavy dose of it, an overdose of it will lead to problems. Not only nationalism, anything for that matter. And right now, toxic nationalism or jingoism is something that we have to be very careful about, because the time is already, we are going through a pandemic and the world is uniting as one in this time of grief, and even at that time we are finding our own ways to divide each other, to bring a disharmony between ourselves, and that is really sad. This is an anti-war book. It is set in the closing time of the World War II, and the setting is Florence, Italy, the hills of it, and there is an English patient who is supposed to be an English patient who is burned. Then there is an Ontario girl, Hannah. Then there is Caravaggio, who is another, who is her uncle, and there is a man called Kip, who is actually Kirpal Singh, who is from India, who is a Sikh, and he's called a sapper, who lays bridges, who diffuses bombs. That designation is called sapper, and it basically talks about the futility of war, the power of love, and about about finding our own roots, or understanding that the idea of roots itself is sometimes twisted, and it's all about what you understand, what you don't understand, what you want to understand, how you have to define your world, how you don't have to define your world. It's a beautiful book, and this Everyman's edition is pure bliss. If you are somebody like me who is having this thirst for good hardcover books, you have to go for Everyman's editions. The best part about them, beautiful pages, nicely bound. They will always give you a proper introduction, and the icing on the cake would be the chronology. What they do is they put author's life here in the beginning of the book. They do that. Literary context, they give chronology, author's life here, literary context, and historical events. That's what they do. So you get lot of names for books to refer in future, to buy in future. So you will understand that how that author has evolved through time, what and all he has read through his lifetime. It's a beautiful way to look at a man, look at a person who has gone through all that to give you something artistic. So read The English Patient. There is a movie on it, and I don't think I'm going to watch that movie. It's supposed to be really good, but the book was exceptional, and I want to keep whatever I have got from the book inside me. Watching movies can be sometimes a huge risk, because sometimes they can just ruin the book for you forever. So I don't want to do that. It's prose poetry. I am telling you again, this has won the Man Booker Prize, and Golden Man Booker Prize or something. Doesn't matter if it has not won any prize. Also, it would have been a great book. It talks about war, the problems of war, about love, or the absence of love in other way. There are multiple reference to this book, Kim, by Rudyard Kipling, in this book, and so I bought this book too. Another book called the Histories by Herodotus. That the protagonist is carrying the book in his hand throughout the narrative. So if you love your literature heavy, heartfelt, and poignant, read The English Patient. This is going to give you something, an out of body experience even. I don't know. I really loved it. In 2-3 years or 4 years, I'm going to reread it. That's for sure, because it's that kind of a book. Okay. So if you love what I do, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. Hope you're safe. Stay safe. Peace and love. Bye.